Howdy, y'all. You got the Bulldog on the channel. You ever get a job in and customer says, yeah, I'll go ahead and get this taken care of. You say, all right, no problem. And you bring it in and you do that portion of it and you're just completely oblivious as to the can of worms you're about ready to open up. Well, that's what I'm doing on this. I got it in, said it's got a bad brake line in the back. We've been having to pour fluid in it. And go ahead and put a brake line on it. Okay, that's no problem. Something I do all the time. Just a rear brake line. And I got it up in the air, and sure enough, it's rusted out back here in the back corner. And I pull the line, and of course, the system's empty already. I put the line on front to back, and all right, time to bleed it out. And I get a bleeder broke loose, and okay. And I go up here, and I open up the cap, and I don't even think anything of it. I pour fluid, and what floats to the top doesn't look like brake fluid. It's red. You can see that color there. It doesn't look like nice brake fluid. I could tell by the way it felt. It didn't feel right. So I looked inside, and there's what I found. So I said, oh no. Now the brakes release right now. Since there was a leak in the back, the front reservoir and the master cylinder was pouring out, I thought, well, I'll try to pump it out, and it would not bleed the rear brakes. Once you push the brake in, the master cylinder piston goes to the bottom and locks. So the master cylinder is already shot. I've got a master cylinder here, and what I'm going to attempt to do is open all the bleeders. Go ahead and take the master off first. Go ahead and open all the bleeders and blow air from the bleeders to the front to force any contaminated fluid backwards out of the system. Then I'll put the new master on it and pump new fluid down to the wheels and bleed it out that way. Whenever you have a brake system, when it is contaminated with anything other than brake fluid, it will wreck the seals in the brake system. This ATF will soak in. You can see already this cover that balloons up, and it doesn't want to fit back in the cover because it has just a little bit of tranny fluid on it. I've seen this happen before. I've seen it get pumped through the system and wreck everything on it. We had a customer many years ago that somebody grabbed a bottle that he thought was brake fluid, and he went and topped off all of the trucks, grain trucks. And this bottle had diesel fuel in it. 2 of those trucks locked up the brakes. Literally locked them up. They came down to our shop, and they were really grunting when they got into the parking lot, and they locked up in the parking lot. Wouldn't move anymore. The rubber swelled up. I've seen them where it was poured in there and then left for a long time, and it swelled up the brakes, and they wouldn't apply. So be mindful of what you pour in there. Yes, I know it's a hydraulic system. It will work with any kind of fluid. It will physically work for a little while. And then, depending on the fluid, it might swell the seals up and just lock them into place, just like it did to this master cylinder. When I was trying to bleed it out the other night, it was very slowly returning. If you left it alone for 10 minutes and then went back here and pumped the brake, you'd get one pump. And then it locked to the bottom of the stroke, and it wouldn't do any more. I took the line off of it up here at the master, and I get one good pump, and that was it. So if you've done something that you shouldn't with your brake system, and you go to the mechanic and you think the mechanic's getting to you because they're saying you need everything, he didn't do that. You did. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Hopefully, we'll save this system because, like I said, there was no leak in the front end. There's no reason for the stuff to get pumped down in there, but it does mingle. Usually, it doesn't destroy the lines because they have a kind of a plastic inner liner inside the line, but I've seen them swell up. We're going to get to work on this, and hopefully, by the end of the night, it'll have all 4 brakes again. Fingers crossed. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit your little bell notification. Share it all around. We'll talk to you later.